I definitely, if there's anything that you get from this video, other than the message about boundaries, you should definitely get that lash glue. Highly recommend. Welcome back to another video. I'm Adasia. Welcome to my Get Ready With Me Wellness Series. Today's topic is boundaries. I'm going to show you how I created this look from face to the whole outfit. As always, everything will be linked down below. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you want to see. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, I have my clips. It's really just the fronts that I'm like picky about when it comes to my curls. Like I need this little, and for those who don't know, I have a sew-in right now. It's just a U-part sew-in, so the front is left out, and yeah, I just need it to act accordingly. Okay, that looks good. Okay, yeah, so boundaries. I think a lot of people have realized that they struggle with boundaries. Okay, and obviously I'm speaking from experience because I am someone who struggles with boundaries. I'm someone who tends to overshare, overextend myself, overcommit. Yeah, all of those. I do all of those things on almost a daily basis. And I think when you're practicing boundaries, the first thing is becoming conscious of it, being super aware of your boundaries, and determining, sorry y'all, I have a timer set, and determining what exactly your boundaries are. Everyone's is different, and I think social media kind of makes it seem like it's a one size fit all solution, but it's not at all. And that's what makes it so challenging, because what might be overextending for you might not be for another person. So you have to determine what exactly is within your realm of your own boundary. I think another important thing is understanding that you're gonna have different boundaries for different people. So the boundary I might set for my friends might not be what I set for my family, might not be what I set for my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, etc., boyfriend, all that, right? So you have to determine what exactly it is that you're comfortable with, right? And okay, I hope the lighting is better now. Because what in the world? Anyway, good enough for me. Okay, so foundation is on. So where was I? So yeah, having different boundaries with different people, depending on the relationship, depending on where certain people stand in your life and where you stand in theirs. So a big part of that is determining how those people make you feel, right? So there's people, and you're fully aware of the kind of boundaries you need to set with people. I don't think the hard part is determining what kind of boundaries. I think the hardest part is setting up those boundaries and sticking to them. My contour is like very messy and not aesthetic at all. But yeah, I think the hardest thing about boundaries is the way people receive them. So I think boundaries throws a lot of people off, but I think it only throws off the people who need those boundaries, right? Like it's so funny. It's so funny how it works, because it's like people know when they're crossing that line. People are aware of it. And the moment that you decide, you know what, I'm not comfortable with this anymore, I'm not comfortable with saying yes when I want to say no, the day that you say no, the day that you say, actually, I can't today, that's the minute that everyone is like, I know she didn't just, and it's like, maybe I did, you know. But yeah, I think people don't always receive boundaries very well, and that's what makes it so hard, is just the anticipation of, how is this person going to react when I say no this time? How is this person going to react when I say that I can't this time? But you really have to push through that. You really have to push past that and know that you cannot continue to overextend yourself. You cannot continue to overcommit yourself to things that are not serving you, or even worse than that, they're depleting you, right? Draining you, emptying you, leaving you left to, I don't know, figure things out on your own, leaving you questioning yourself. And I just think that is just no way to live. And it's very important that you take control. You take control of those situations by setting those boundaries. I am moving along. So I actually have been using 2 different concealers in 2 different shades. These are the Sephora Best Skin Ever concealers. I love these. They're full coverage. They cover everything, like literally, and they're buildable, which is amazing. So I'm using the color 18.5, and that's like my skin color. So this I use to conceal underneath my foundation as well as conceal under my eyes. But then I use the 12Y color to kind of highlight my eyes and brighten them. And I've really been loving the way it's been coming out. So yeah, moving on. Brow pencil is completely done, like literally completely done. I use Ulta Beauty's brow pencils. I find that they're very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Perfect Brow liners, whatever they're called. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know if I can really talk while I'm doing these brows. But yeah, because there were so many times that I can remember, you know, being invited somewhere or being asked to do something that I knew in the moment I didn't want to do. I knew, this doesn't feel right. I don't want to do this. And saying yes anyway. And then when the time came to do said thing, I would back out, or I would come up with some crazy excuse, or, whoa, what is that? I don't know. It would create so much tension, because I'd be mad at myself for saying yes, but then also mad at the person for asking, and it would just be this weird tension. And I got to a point where I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I cannot keep saying yes when I know I don't want to do that. Like, I need to just be honest with this person. And again, saying yes when I wanted to say no all those times, when it came around to finally being honest, it made it so much harder, to be honest. And this is why I got to a point in my life where I realized if I set those boundaries early on in the relationship, early on in the relationship, it just makes it easier for both parties. It makes it easier for me because I'm not lying. Because I really do think, like, a part of having terrible boundaries is the inability to be honest with yourself and other people. And so when you set that early and you set the tone and you let them know, like, listen, I'm not okay with this. I don't know what my brows are doing today, y'all. I have mixed feelings about the Refi brow gel. Mixed feelings about this. I really think it's glue. I literally think it's glue. And I don't know. Anyway, so I just think that a part of being a mature adult, a part of being an intellectual, intelligent adult, right? A competent adult, is being able to say no without hurting your feelings or hurting other people's feelings. Like, being able to be honest without making it a big deal, right? Being able to say, no, actually, XYZ, I can't do that because this. Take it or leave it. And it's not about being mean. It's not about being rude. It's just about being honest. And I just feel like it's also a good way of, like, weeding out people who shouldn't be in your life. Because if you can't handle me being honest, then why are we even friends? why are we even friends? You know? And I feel like my closest friends, my best friends, best as in best quality friends, I feel like they know and understand my boundaries. They know exactly what I'm comfortable with and what I'm not comfortable with. Same with my mom, same with my sister, for example. Like, I can say, no, I don't really want to do this to my sister, and she would completely understand. Like, she would never make a big deal out of it. Like, why don't you want to do X, Y, Z? Blah, 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 blah. She'd be like, no, I understand. That's fine. And like, we keep it going. In fact, I feel like what you'll notice about boundaries, like I said before, I feel like it weeds out the bad people in your life, and then it actually brings you closer to the good people in your life, because the good people in your life recognize when you set those boundaries and they respect it. They're like, thanks for letting me know. Like, that makes sense. I'm glad now that I know what you're comfortable with now and what you're not comfortable with. So keep that in mind next time you're setting boundaries, because it's true. And perfect examples, like my boyfriend always tells me, like, how can I know if you don't tell me? He always says that. He's always like, how can I know if you don't tell me? And I just think it's the most, it seems so simple, but it's like a lot of people don't understand that. Like, how will they know if you don't tell them? Like, people cannot read minds. And it goes both ways with boundaries too, because I totally understand that, saying like, have you ever experienced a time where someone finally was honest with how they felt about something and you were totally mind blown? Like, you were like, I had no idea you even felt like that. Like, I had no idea you hated that. I didn't know you weren't comfortable with that. I've had those experiences, and I'm like, dang, if that person had just told me, if that person had just expressed to me that they didn't like that, I would never have asked them to do that or invited them to that place or talk to them about that or whatever it is, right, that made them uncomfortable. Because I'm someone who never wants to make people feel like that. I know what it feels like to be drained, right, and to be uncomfortable, and I never want to make people feel like that. So, but again, how will they know if you never tell them? I'm gonna stop touching my brows because I'm not a fan of them today, but oh my god, yeah, this is no good. I don't know, they're definitely giving big today, but they're blotchy because of the glue. I'm gonna stop touching it. Whew. So now we're gonna go in with the Rare Beauty. I'm using the 460W concealer. I use this as contour, and I just love it because it blends so well. It blends so well. And I'm using, all my brushes are Morphe. I'm just gonna bring it up into my forehead and down to my kind of like my cheekbone, right underneath the cheekbone. So yeah, I think once you put those boundaries into place, you'll feel a lot lighter. You'll feel a lot less stress, a lot less anxiety. I think a lot of anxiety and depression comes from having poor boundaries and a lack thereof. Seriously, I think if you really start to look internally at what am I doing wrong, like what am I lacking, you'll notice that you keep saying yes when you want to say no, right? Like, you keep doing things you don't actually want to do. Keep doing things you're not comfortable with. You keep putting yourself around people who are draining you. And it's just really no way to live. It's no way to live your life. I do think it's something, again, like all the topics I'm going to be talking about in this series, something you actively have to be working on. Something that, you know, there might be some seasons where you're really good at setting boundaries and others where you're just not. And I think that's where I'm at right now, is that there's been a lot of things recently that I'm like, why did I do that? Like, why did I put myself in that situation? Like, I knew I didn't want to do that, or I knew I wasn't okay with that. I'm running out of this Rare Beauty blush, by the way. It's so good. It's the color Bliss. And everywhere I go, every Sephora that I go to is sold out of it. And I'm like, can the girlies just relax? Can y'all just please relax? Please chill with the blush. Chill with the blush. Like, okay. I'm not bad on timing. The only thing is that I did not get her gift yet. And yeah, I'm gonna have to run to the mall and pick something up real quick. I think I know what I'm gonna get her. I think I'm gonna get her some perfume. Some perfume, because I have an idea of, I think I'm gonna get her the new Prada perfume if I can find it. I hope I can find it. I feel like she would love that. And I know a lot of people have been raving about that perfume, and it's also gorgeous. It's such a pretty bottle. I'll put a picture on screen right here. It's such a cute bottle, and I actually smelled it the last time I was in Sephora. Yeah, I think Sephora. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. It's so pretty, but it's strong at the same time, which I think is how I would describe her. So yeah, I'm using these random eyeshadow palettes. This is from Wander Beauty. I'm using the color Villa, and I'm just gonna put this all over my lid like this. I'm gonna go with a little bit more of a dramatic eye than I usually do today, because I don't know, I just want to look like I have a lot more makeup on than I normally do. Oh yeah, I was gonna do lashes today. Kiss just sent me over a ton of lashes. Like, I literally think it's a year supply of lashes. It's an insane amount of lashes. Okay, such a pretty color. This is usually where I stop, but today I'm gonna go in with the, what is this? Is this Hip Dot? I don't know what brand this is. I'll figure it out. This got sent to me in a PR package, but the color that I'm using in this is Vibration, and it's this darker brown right here. I think I'm gonna use, this is like a full get ready with me, so I think I'm gonna be wearing all brown. So I'm like, you know, I want the eyes to kind of match. I'm gonna go in my crease with this color, and I'm using the same brush only because I don't actually want it to be like a cut crease or like a dramatic fade in eye. I want it to kind of look very ombre, where it seamlessly gets darker. So that's why I'm using the same brush. I find that this technique works really nicely for me, because I don't go too crazy with the eyeshadow. So yeah, I just kind of create my own smoky eye without the dramatic transition. And I'm just kind of carrying it there. I'm gonna touch it up with concealer afterwards. And it's all about the blend. It's all about the blend. Like, you gotta trust the process. Oh my God, did my light just die? My light just died. We're back on. I plugged in my light. Oh my gosh. I'm like, y'all, I'm such a mess. Okay, let me just turn towards a very dramatic eye. So I'm gonna go in and kind of like, I'm just gonna clean it up. Cleaning it up. Okay, I just kind of cleaned up my edges a little bit because they were looking crazy. Yeah, so we're almost done. I just need to find those lashes. Okay, so I'm going to use the My Lash But Better lashes, and this is in, I don't know, it's just the day-to-day lashes. I will link these down below, but I kind of tested them out yesterday and I was like, wow, these are bold but not crazy, so I feel like I can pull them off because I'm not really a lash girl. I usually just wear my natural lashes, or like sometimes I'll add individuals, but I'm not like a strip lash girl. I'm gonna be using their new clear lash glue liner, which I feel like is genius because you're supposed to just be able to kind of paint the glue on where you're gonna put the strip and then put it on and boom. It's going on. Put this at the end too. This could be a serious fail. Hopefully it's not, but. One, two, three, four, five. Wow. Wow, it actually was pretty easy. They're definitely a lot more than I'm used to. Like, they're dark. I'm gonna go in with more glue just because I want to be sure that it's gonna stay. Okay, so they're a little bit dramatic, but I feel like we'll do it for the occasion. You know, we'll do it for the occasion. This is not an everyday lash though. Like, it literally, the My Lash But Better, I don't know about My Lash But Better. This is definitely giving like Friday, Saturday night, like taking on the town. Definitely dramatic. There. I think the glue is really good though. I would definitely recommend, where's the cover? What the hell? Oh, here it is. I would highly, highly recommend this lash glue right here. I'm gonna link everything down below, but I definitely, if there's anything that you get from this video, other than the message about boundaries, you should definitely get that lash glue. Highly recommend. I feel like I want just a little bit more contour up here. Doing mascara. Oh, and I didn't set my face. I don't know. I don't think I like this setting powder, but whatever. I guess we can use just a little bit. Just a little bit of setting powder. Not a lot, because I don't know. It's been drying. It's just making my face look so dry and like pale. But okay. We'll set it like that. That's fine. Okay. Going in with some bottom mascara. Okay. Okay. My go-to as of recently, I'm gonna be going in with Cork, the MAC liner in the shade Cork. It's just the perfect brown. You can't beat this. Looks so good. But anyway, I hope that you guys took something from this. I hope that it was relatable. It's not anything you haven't heard, I'm sure, but it's just one of those things where I feel like we need a reminder sometimes. We need something to recenter us, and boundaries is always a good place to start when you feel like, you know, when you're feeling overwhelmed or when you're feeling drained. Like, a lot of times it's boundaries. And I went in with the Sephora plumping lip gloss in the number 2 shade, which is like that. I don't know, it looks like this. I don't know how to describe the shade. How do we feel about this lip? It's light, but it's there. Like, it's definitely more than than I usually do. I'm gonna do these little, I'm gonna do my little leave out. Let me know if you guys can relate, like when you get your hair done and you just start trimming. Like, it's crazy. When I got my hair done, the hair was like 18 inches. Like, it was literally past my chest. And she was like, do you want me to cut it? Do you want me to like trim it up and like frame it to your face? And I was like, no, I'm good. Like, don't worry. And I went home and I just started chopping. Like, I just started clipping away. And I'm like, girl, what did you do to the hair? Like, you're not a hairdresser. Like, I don't know why you thought you could cut and style your hair. Never again. Next time I'll be like, yes ma'am, please. Yes ma'am, please cut it for me. Big, I don't want it crazy big, but at the same time I do want it to be voluminous, you know what I mean? Like, I want it to look like big, defined blowout curls, but not too crazy. Yeah, okay. This looks decent, I guess. Maybe I'll stop touching my hair. Do we like this? Yeah, I like this. I think it looks good. I'm gonna add some curls to the side. Thinking of wearing like this sheer bodysuit with, I'm gonna put this Skims bra underneath it. Let's do that now. Okay, I have the bodysuit on. I'm gonna put these brown leather pants on. Okay. Yeah, pretty well. I put these little square toe brown heels on. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm gonna wear my little Fendi bag. Yeah, I feel like that looks cute. A little monochrome moment. Nothing crazy, but yeah. So I'm wearing my movement watch, my movement bracelet. And the nails are brown too. I forgot to show you guys that. So cute. I do have these shades, but I just feel like kind of corny, so I'm gonna switch it up and just wear my black Desi shades. Okay, I never know if I should wear jewelry over a turtleneck or not, but I'm going to. Why is this tangled, y'all? Yep, now we just need some setting spray so that our makeup doesn't move. Oh, some hair oil. I'm going to use the Gisu. I just pour this thing because I have the mini, so I'm just going to pour it. Love this stuff. I actually really like this look. We did that. We did that. We ate. Okay, I'm going to run out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you took something from this video. Setting boundaries is an important part of living a more intentional and healthy life. And yeah, although it may be hard to set those boundaries, it's really critical. And once you set them and implement them and put them into place, I promise that you'll feel better. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Gosh, I almost forgot perfume. I'm going to be using Black Opium. It's only right. It's the season for Black Opium. Nice and spicy, growing sexy. You know what I mean?